You present yourself and what are you doing here at the LP4Y event?
I am Brette Jackson, and I'm the communications officer with Together We Art Rome. And Together We Art Rome is an organization of volunteers, and we're basically curating an exhibition in which all the funds will go to support programs and projects for Life Project for Youth, LP4Y.
And your history, I mean, you're coming from the humanitarian work somehow, right?
I am. I am a journalist, and I used to write about culture and food. And when I came here several years ago, I started volunteering with Centro Stali, which is the sort of soup kitchen and a place for refugees to come find out about their legal status, see doctors, get clothes, get a meal. And I volunteered there for a couple of years, and I loved it.
How was your experience? Tell me more about it.
I absolutely loved it. It was very hands-on. We had the opportunity to really sit down with the refugees and talk to them and find out about their stories and their lives, and the difficulties of living in Italy, but also the things that were beautiful for them living here, because there was such accoglienza, there was such welcome, and it was a beautiful experience. And I ended up going to graduate school after that, and I really focused more on humanitarian studies. And after that, I got a job working for Jesuit Refugee Service for a little bit, and now I'm volunteering doing this.
So how did you end up here? How did you know LP4Y?
I have a very good friend who's a journalist. I actually had a short position at FAO, at the Food and Agriculture Organization. She was in communications, I worked for forestry. And when she knew that I was looking for work, she told me about this. She worked for them. She did their press release last year and helped them with some other communications projects. She's a journalist.
So what can we do more to increase the funding here in Italy? Because I think I've heard that France and the US are a bit more advanced than we are. It's only the second year. But what else can we do more to get some more funds for this amazing operation called LP4Y?
I think I understand Italy. There's a little bit of an insular mentality about money and how we support private or public funding for the homeless, for refugees, for migrants. And I understand that Italy is a country that probably has a better mentality about taking care of what's happening here right now. But we all have to understand that one of the migration and the problems that are happening with the refugees crisis and the situation in general with immigration is very broad. And if we can help have a mentality to solve the problems of people in other countries, and get them established, especially young people, because that's really the most important thing. We have to really pay attention to that generation. I think we don't understand that we're actually making the world in general much more cohesive, much more solid, much more I know it sounds very simplistic, but we have to support young people in different parts of the world, and as well as our own, of course.
I mean, our communication to increase that, I mean, is it more on social networks, since we are all talking about digital communication, or?
Yeah, and I think that's one of the ways that that the social media can be used for good. Instead of us always looking at all the negative, we should start looking around to different organizations' websites, because of course they have to put their stats of how many people they're helping, which seems very sad and very tragic and very big. But they also have their great success stories, and LP4Y has similar success stories. You have to look and see what these organizations are doing and how they're actually making a change, because they're making a change. It might not be a huge change, but they are making a change.
And what last question, what about youngsters? I mean, are they attracted by humanitarian causes?
I can't answer that question here because I'm not really in an environment where I'm around a lot of young people, but I do think that one of the things I don't know if they do, and maybe they do, I think it would be a bad idea to have people go more to Liceo and talk to kids who are of an age that they can really understand more of the politics and more of the problems.
I was thinking more about the refugee experience rather than this one, which is quite new.
Oh yeah. I mean, in fact, I think I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that Centro Stali program probably does do that, where they have refugees go to talk to kids in school, even probably middle school age kids.
So you got 41 artists. That's a lot compared to last year. I mean, what message you want to give? Last message you want to give to the?
I think art is art for good. I think artists are can be very philanthropic. They have a deeper understanding in some cases because they are in touch with social issues and things like that we none of us probably think about on a daily basis. I think that's great. I think that there's more people who want to get involved in these projects. It's great for them as well. It creates a network for each other. So it's really sort of a very cohesive network of people getting together and doing something for humanity. It's great.
Art is the future. Thanks so much.
Art is the future.
Ciao.
Ciao.